The French people can make history if they prove that they can govern themselves. In the comment section of my last video, it was brought to my attention that the French people are not protesting simply because of a fuel tax. They are protesting because they are sick and tired of lying globalist politicians. They are protesting because they want their country back. However, and this goes to the French people themselves, you're not going to get your country back if you're allowing protesters to attack and destroy private businesses. You're not going to get your country back if you can't demonstrate that you're capable of governing your country yourselves. I know that it's a minority of protesters, of legitimate protesters, who are the ones destroying businesses. But those who are protesting legitimately, those who are protesting against the government, and not just simply protesting so that they have an excuse to riot, you guys need to organize and do something about these protesters who are attacking private businesses, because these protesters are causing you guys to lose public opinion. And not only are these people destroying the public's opinion of you, they are also destroying your infrastructure, destroying what allows you to sustain yourselves. I'm sure I don't need to say anything else about this. My point is that if you, the French people, are going to do this, you have to do this correctly. You have to get organized. You have to communicate with one another. You have to act like the civilized people you are claiming to be, not like the uncivilized, uncultured people that you are trying to keep out of your country. And if you can do that, then you really will make history. You will make history as the first country, as the first people to take a successful stand against this New World Order globalist tyranny. We are not launched into existence like a shot from a gun, with its trajectory absolutely predetermined. Life, instead of imposing on us one trajectory, imposes several, and consequently forces us to choose. Surprising condition, this, of our existence. To live is to feel ourselves fatally obliged to exercise our liberty, to decide what we are going to be in this world. Not for a single moment is our activity of decision-making allowed to rest. Even when in desperation we abandon ourselves to whatever may happen, we have decided not to decide. It is then false to say that in life circumstances decide. On the contrary, circumstances are the dilemma, constantly renewed, in presence of which we have to make our decision. What actually decides is our character. This is the point of importance for us at the moment, for heap after heap of human beings have been dumped onto the historic scene at such an accelerated rate that it has been difficult to saturate them with traditional culture. And in fact, the average type of European at present possesses a soul, healthier and stronger it is true than those of the last century, but much more simple. Hence, at times he leaves the impression of a primitive man suddenly risen in the midst of a very old civilization. In the schools, which were such a source of pride to the last century, it has been impossible to do more than instruct the masses in the technique of modern life. It has been found impossible to educate them. They have been given the tools for an intenser form of existence, but no feeling for their great historic duties. They have been hurriedly inoculated with the pride and power of modern instruments, but not with their spirit. Hence, they will have nothing to do with their spirit, and the new generations are getting ready to take over command of the world, as if the world were a paradise without former footsteps, without traditional and highly complex problems. This would be all very nice and fine if with a good round no, we could annihilate the past. But the past is of essence a revenant. If put out, it comes back inevitably. Hence, the only way to separate from it is not to put it out, but to accept its existence, and so to behave in regard to it as to dodge it, to avoid it. In a word, to live at the height of our times with an exaggerated consciousness of the historical circumstances. There is no hope for Europe unless its destiny is placed in the hands of men really contemporaneous, Men who feel palpitating beneath them the whole subsoil of history, who realize the present level of existence and abhor every archaic and primitive attitude. We have need of history in its entirety, not to fall back into it, but to see if we can escape from it. Jose Ortega y Gasset. Selected readings from the Revolt of the Masses.